Hey there everyone, I'm Dresden and welcome back to the Fish Corner. Today we are focusing on this tank. This is my 20-gallon high and it's been cycling for a day, so nothing's going in it yet. That'll be a future video, but we are going to decorate it today. So water's dechlorinated. It has stress coat and stress zyme in it. Doesn't have quick start yet. I'm gonna put quick start in it after I ornament it a little bit, but today we're going to be taking plants, mostly trimmings from this tank, because this tank is doing really well. The plants are growing in beautifully. We got some pearlweed, we have some rotala, we have some wisteria, and we have some moneywort in here, and some vallisneria in the back. So we're going to take some vallis, we're going to take some cuttings of everything else, including the pearlweed, and we're going to go ahead and put it in that tank up there. Along with, in this one, we're going to take an Anubias nada petite out of here. That's kind of just floating around, and we're going to put it in the tank up there as well. But this tank, I've just noticed a slight issue with it. You might see it right now too. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's up here. Yup. We have a bladder snail infestation from my plants. That's not a huge issue. I've only found 3 so far at one given time. But I'm actually going to try and kind of save them, because just like this big old mystery snail we have here, this guy will clean off the wall, eat the algae. It'll be great. So we're gonna not worry about it for now. And we're gonna move a fish that you haven't actually met yet into this tank in the next episode, or a few episodes from now. So pretty excited for that. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna put the aqua soil in the bottom first, so let's do that. All right, so the substrate is in. Now the substrate I use is this Active Flora instant cycling. It's got water in it that's already got like bacteria in it. As you can see, it's kind of juicy. So that's why the water's a little cloudy, is because of that. Plus it kicked up dust. I did about a 50-50, maybe a little less, mix of sand, of supernatural sand, and the Active Flora substrate. I also sloped it up near the back. As you can see, you can't see it like this, but if I do that, you can. It's kind of sloped up near the back. So wanted to give it a bit of depth, and there's a little bit in the middle that's a little lower. I was hoping to plant some pearlweed in that middle part. And what I want to do is I want to have vallisneria all over the back here, is what I wanted to do. Maybe I'll do that in the 40, because I have all these plants down here. I have some ribbon plants. I have both a gold and a white ribbon plant. Then I have this tiny little Amazon sword and a compacta Amazon. And also this beautiful piece of wood that I picked up. So I'm gonna put those in. Also, I broke my filter that was on this because it sucked up sand, so I thoroughly cleaned it out and it should work now. But I'm gonna let this settle a little more before I do that. I also have some nice rocks. Ignore that they're sitting on a toilet. I need to rinse them off still. I have some nice rocks here. Hopefully none of them are like kind of rusty. That'd be bad. I tried to pick ones that aren't. But I do have some nice rocks. I'm gonna rinse these off, put them in, and then I will put the plants in, and I'll be back with you. All right, so it's quite late at night, but I wanna get these plants in, and also the wood. So, substrate's all laid out. You can see, kind of sloped it up near the back. You already saw that though. We're gonna go ahead and put these plants and wood in now. I think I already said that, but it's been a little while. So, we have here, using super glue gel, I glued the piece of wood to this piece of rock, and it'll look pretty good in there. I have where I want it, kind of in the corner, mapped out by that big indent there. So we'll put that there. We'll plant some plants. I won't take trimmings yet. I'll do that when the lights turn on tomorrow. But for now, let's get those plants in, and let's get that in, and trimmings. You guys will see it after trimmings as well. All right, and here it is. This is pretty much done. We won't really do much else to it, so I can tell you what we have here. We have some spike moss growing out of the bottom. That's actually for a terrarium, but it can be used in an aquatic environment. So we have that. We have some moneywort in the back there. We have this really nice piece of wisteria that's growing a little tall. We have some pearlweed down in the bottom there, some rotala right there. Right there is our compacta Amazon, which is basically just a small Amazon sword. That one in the back is an Amazon sword, and I'm hoping it gets as big as this one, which I do believe is also an Amazon sword. Hope so. And then we have our gold and white ribbon plants as well, growing out there, a little forest. Don't plan on doing too much to this from what we have now. Just gonna let it cycle for a few weeks, and then I'll be back with you. And while I do that, I'm actually gonna start a video for this tank. So look forward to that. All right, and it is time. So as you can see, I've been kind of stockpiling materials for this build. This video will be coming out soon, but not quite yet, because I need to get 2 more bags of this brown or blackish Actiflora substrate. But it's time. Everything has been in this tank for a week. The water has been dechlorinated and cycling for about a week and a half before I added everything. It's about 2.5 weeks-ish. This has had the chlorine-free water in it. As you can see, we've got a mystery snail in here. He's been living his life for a little while. And it's now time to add the fish. So it's basically ready. I'm gonna add some neon tetras in here as well, but I'm gonna let the plants grow a little more so the neon tetras have some space to hide from the betta fish if they so please. But even our terrarium moss is doing very well. Our spike moss, I believe. Got a little non-appetit hiding in there. Everything's doing great. So let's go ahead and get the fish out of his tank and into this one. But before we get started, I'm not sure if you've actually formally met him. This is our male king betta fish. And just look at that guy. So he's pretty, yep. He has red and blue. He's been in that holding tank for about 1.5 months, 2 months-ish. And he is ready to go. Basically a quarantine tank. Ready to make space in that tank for another new fish that you guys will meet soon. So let's go ahead and get him in this new tank. Now the water in this betta cup is the water from the new tank. I've already acclimated him to it. So all we should need to do is just pour this cup back into the tank where I got the water from, and it should be that simple. I'm gonna try to do it one-handed. We're gonna see how it goes. All right, and here we go. Goes our king betta into his new tank. There he is. So I don't have a good name for this guy yet. You guys will have to let me know in the comments, but I feel pretty confident that he'll do well in here. Nice 20 high, so 20 gallons. Beautiful size for betta tank. Now, we're not actually done adding stuff into this tank, but that'll be a later video. This guy will be in here for probably a month, honestly, while we let the plants grow in before we add our neon tetras. We're gonna get hopefully 6 neons, put him in this tank to coexist with our king betta. But look at that guy. Who can't love a face like that? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna leave him in here for a day and we'll check up on him tomorrow. All right, everyone, so it's the next day and we have some bad news. As you can see, I covered this up with saran wrap because of this, but the betta fish did not make it. Made it through the night. It was okay in the morning. Went to band practice, got back, and he was right there, all dried up. So yeah, he jumped out of the tank, and I do have the body. I'll show it a little there. I won't show it very much, but anyway, I don't have enough money to get a lid right now, so we're gonna keep this saran wrap covered, but it's still getting air from the filter and the plants, so it'll be okay. We're gonna go ahead and scoop up another fish today, probably, and we'll show you him when we get back. All right, so it's been about 2 days since the loss of our friend. You'll see at the end of the video, I had a little fire in his honor. That'll be the end card and a bit there beforehand. Been about 2 days though. I have a saran wrap cover on the I'm standing on a step stool, I just got tall. I have a saran wrap lid because I don't have enough money to afford an actual lid. I will be getting an actual lid soon though. But the saran wrap lid, I mean, there's a little spot back there that's not covered, but it's covered pretty dang well, and I'll probably go back and cover that spot too, just to ensure it. But I wanted to rescue, like get a betta that looked in kind of like bad condition, and I couldn't find one. My local PetSmart is apparently either doing a good job or selling bettas fast, because go them. But I did find myself, ignore my plant stockpile, I'm adding it. Here's my shopping spree. First off, I got a Java fern, 50% off. I can fix that. It'd be in here, in this tank, most likely. Also, slight update, just put water in here, have not conditioned it yet, but I have it up to temperature. So, I have it up to temperature. I have a filter for it that has already been used in that tank. So it's already seeded with bacteria. Gonna go in there, should be good. I need to fix that though, because this is not even. Also, oh, he's doing good too. Hi, Mathamalume. But I have another new betta fish that'll be going in Mathamalume's tank. Once I move Mathamalume into that tank, upcoming videos, you'll see soon. Anyway, here's our buddy. He's a crown tail. They said he's been there for about 2 weeks. I think he looks pretty dang good. There's no good lighting to really get him under, to really see his valor and his beauty. But he's yellow, he's got blue on his fins and some blue scales, and he does have, I don't know if I can really show it easily anywhere around here, but he does have a bit of iridescent to that blue that makes it a lot lighter colored. So he's quite pretty, and we're gonna go ahead and put him in that tank. So let's go ahead and acclimate him, and by acclimate, we're just gonna take him and set him right in the tank. Just like that, so he can see around in the tank a little, just cool. He can get a little excited. You can kind of see his iridescence now. It's kind of white up there near the top of the blue. Really pretty. Also, there's my snail. Yeah, we're gonna float him for a bit there, give him about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we'll plop him in. We just need to match the temperature. They're pretty hardy fish, and I don't even drip acclimate like these guys. In my community tank down here, I didn't drip acclimate any of them. And they're doing fine. The only thing I really drip acclimate is snails. You guys, this is my fry grow out paradise. They will all be in there as soon as this gets set up. I need a little more money to buy these soil bags, but within the next 2 weeks, they should be. Sorry about that, ran out of storage on my phone, had to clear off some stuff. This tank's already been sitting for 2.5, almost 3 weeks now. So it is all good to go. Ready to put the fish in, just need to get it set up, and the fish can basically go straight in. I'll let it sit for a few days, but technically they could go straight in. And this guy will be put in there, and we'll get the new guy set up in there. But let's let this guy acclimate, and then I'll be back in a lickety-split jiffy. Alright everyone, it's been probably about 25-ish minutes, and it is time to take our little buddy, put him into the tank. Now the way I'm gonna do this is get a net. I'm gonna pour him over the net into, technically the water is gonna go into a bucket. He'll go into the net, of course, and that is how he will get put in the tank without any water from his cup, because I don't know how new the water in the cup is, and it's just a bad idea to add it in general. Alright, so we have our bucket. Not sponsored, never guess where it's from. And let's go ahead and get our betta fish. I'm gonna need some name suggestions in the comments for him. Let's go for it. Does not want to get out of there. I wouldn't either. Okay, he's in, and he is in the tank. Looky there. And our brand new brown tail betta. He'll be really happy he's in a 20-gallon tank, 20 high, which is a lot bigger than a tank that anyone else would probably end up putting him in. So yeah, also he's underneath the gap that I left in saran wrap, so I'm also going to get some more saran wrap. But I will be back with you tomorrow to see how he's doing. Alright, so it has been about 3 days since we added our guy into the tank, and he is looking good. He's been eating, he's been just swimming around, enjoying life. He's very active, but that's most likely because he just got out of a cup into a 20-gallon tank. So I do want to add some neon tetras to this tank. I also do want to put a background on it. I don't know when I will, but I don't like being able to see through to what's behind it. But I don't know if that'll happen. So at some point we're gonna add new fish, but we're gonna wait maybe a month or so until we add our neon tetras, which if you don't know what neon tetras are, that guy right there with the blue and the red, he's a neon tetra. So we're gonna go ahead and add about 5 or 6 of them into here most likely, but I wanna let the plants grow a little more so they can have some cover, and so can this guy, especially that Amazon sword in the back. While this guy's been in here, I've been collecting plants for this tank, and I have bought new soil and all kinds of stuff. So this tank will be coming up soon, and once we do that, we're gonna move these platies into there, our baby platies and balloon mollies. And I'm considering moving the platies out of this tank also into there, we'll see. Also, new BETTA tank for Methamalum over here. He will be getting an upgrade. Most likely, I'm reconsidering giving him an upgrade. He really likes this tank, and he's been in it for 2 or 3 months now. So, I don't know, I might just leave him in this tank. I do have another BETTA fish. Alright, sorry, my phone ran out of storage again, and it's really running out. That's okay. So yeah, don't know if we're going to move him into there. I do have another BETTA fish that I may also move into this tank. But first thing, we need to get plants, all that stuff in it. I'm going for all planted tanks. I have a shelf of fish tank ornaments down there that are never going to be used. Probably end up giving them away. But yeah, so I'm going to, in a bit, stack these filters with some filter media, polyester fiber, and some charcoal. Or some, whatever, activated carbon, that one. And we're gonna get these filter pads out of them because I don't feel like spending money on filter pads. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. New home for our little buddy. Name suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And until next time, this has been Dresden, and goodbye.